This video is going to be a voiceover only because I have to turn my fan on because I am wearing a sweater. These lights are very bright. I just want to have a good time. If you guys notice me looking this way, it's because all my makeup is laid out on my makeup counter. I'm gonna skip my brows because it's gonna take up half the video if I do my brows, but I'll go ahead and link my brow tutorial, and yeah, let's get into the video. So jumping right into the video, I grabbed the wrong palette. I was pissed. There's no mirror in this one. Anyway, so I started to do my brows and my arms were still hurting, sore AF post-workout. Ouch. I went ahead and took my NYX Shine Killer Primer and I just kind of lathered this onto the face. I forgot to show you guys how I warmed it up in my hands, so I showed you guys after the fact. And I continued to kind of lather it onto all the areas for my face creases. That's where I mainly focuses. I don't like to lather a whole lot of primer onto the face. So now I'm gonna go ahead and set that primer with this Black Radiance translucent setting powder in the shade Banana, I believe. Everything that I use in this video will be listed down below. And then I go ahead and brush my hair before I falsify my hairline. If you guys want to see how I conceal my hairline, I do have a video that kind of concentrates on that. I'll go ahead and link that down below. It's how I make my forehead look smaller video or whatever. So yeah, I kind of just go ahead and take this LA Girl Pro Concealer and just spot conceal. And then I do like to go ahead and kind of conceal around my mouth so that when I'm eating throughout the day, the makeup on my mouth doesn't just like disappear. Yeah, I just find that it kind of just stays put. But yeah, this is subject to how much hyperpigmentation you have, but I just like to go ahead and kind of conceal just so I can go ahead and use less foundation. I don't like to lather on a whole lot of foundation, so I just rather spot conceal. And keep in mind, when I do spot conceal, I like to take a paper towel and go ahead and dab off and wipe off all the excess product. Then once I'm done with that, I just go ahead and lightly buff and feather all of the, who am I kidding, lightly buff and feather. I like to go ahead and blend all of my concealer into the skin, and I do more of like a pat motion rather than rub. You rub the product as like rubbing it off of your face. Depending on the depending on the section of your face, you know, I guess that's what dictates the motion that you're gonna go ahead and do. It's very subject to the individual, so there's no blanket way of doing everything when it comes to makeup. It's all about you and your comfort level and what your hands do naturally and what you're trying to go for. So for me personally, I like to kind of maintain my makeup all day or whatever. So I like to kind of pat, rub, whatever feels natural to me. Again, Picasso didn't become Picasso in a day, so it's fine wherever you are with your makeup. It's fine. You will progress in due time. Practice makes perfect. The best advice I have to anyone is to start. When it comes to like around the mouth area and things like that, I like to pat over it, and then kind of just blend all of that into the skin. And I know I look a little crazy right now, but it's fine. It's all gonna work together, I promise. Pat, blend, and it kind of sweet, kind of lightly sweet, but it's not like a sweet to where I'm rubbing the product off of my face. It's Maybelline Superstay Foundation. I swear on everything, you guys, like, I love this foundation. I have been using this for years. She's still pushing through, as you can see. I like to take that right under my under eye, and then I go ahead and just kind of focus all the foundation on all of my main problem areas. Like to focus on, which is like my facial hair area. And I take a little bit of concealer and go ahead and kind of pat that over my nose. I don't like to take foundation directly onto my nose. Y'all, keep in mind, I'm one of those people that literally tweaks their makeup routine on a daily basis, so all of this is very subject to change. However, these are all very good and established tips that I've used for quite some time, whatever. So then I can just go ahead and buff the foundation into the skin, and I like to buff it in and blend it into the skin just to kind of warm up the product. I don't like to just take a sponge directly and just bounce it on my face. I like to take a brush. I get asked a lot, why do I prefer brushes? Because I feel like people feel like it's going to create streaking, but if you know how to blend, and only if you know how to blend, it's not going to create streaking. So I'm well aware of the fact that I could have edited all of this down to like 2 minutes or 5 minutes, but I really just wanted to show you guys like all of the time that it takes me to blend my foundation into my skin, because it's not a 2-second process at all. It does take time, but if you want to, yep, there goes that soreness, post-gym soreness. But if you want to achieve like full coverage, then, or if you want to achieve what you want to achieve, you're gonna like take the time to do what you're gonna do. Because I'm not gonna like just half-ass my makeup just to say that I did it. Like, that's dumb to me. I mean, that's not dumb. I mean, I guess to each his own. And then I ended up switching my brush and kind of buffing the facial hair area of my face. That area I always buff in, just because, like I said, it depends on the surface of that portion of your face, if that makes sense. And then just kind of like blend it in, and then like I like to stipple up top, or like the smoother surfaces of my face. And then when it comes to like my facial hair area, I do like to kind of rub it in and blend it in. And I guess it all just depends on, you know, what I'm doing in that moment. But I do like to pat over everything just to kind of get all the creases out and just make everything as like seamless as possible when it comes to foundation. I do like to have a thin layer of coverage every single wear, even like the non-problematic areas. The reason why I don't like to do the whole conceal or foundate this section of my face is I feel like I get oily throughout the day faster when I do it that way. Then I go back and just go ahead and kind of conceal any areas I feel like need a little bit more coverage. And then I believe I'm taking my Fenty Beauty Concealer, which I forgot to show you guys how I kind of get the product off of the doe foot applicator. I just like to take it on a mixing palette and kind of like squeeze all the product off of the doe foot. I don't like to take the concealer directly onto the skin unless I'm doing like someone's full glam moment. But to me, I consider this to be like my gentle glam, which is like guy-friendly makeup or male-friendly makeup. And that's not to say that all makeup isn't male-friendly makeup. Obviously, I've done it all, but that's just to say, like, in professional settings or everyday life, just that type of thing. Then I go ahead and take my contour shade, which is Black Opal's. Everything's gonna be listed down below, so I guess the product doesn't really matter. But I do like the Black Opal foundation stick. I believe this shade Suede Mocha. But anyway, I like to kind of just sketch that onto my face so that I don't like pile on too much product. Because I remember before I used to drag a straight line on my face and it just was not the way. So I kind of like to just sketch a line and blend it all in, because honestly you don't need all of that product. You really, truly, honestly don't, especially if you're trying to wear this to like say an 8-hour shift like myself. So you don't want to just pile on excess product, because then your face will literally be everywhere. So I just kind of like to pat that in and kind of, I guess you guys can kind of get the visual of what I'm doing. So when it comes to my motions, it all varies. It's always a pat or like a sweeping, rubbing, or not a sweeping, more of a rubbing in kind of a motion. But like I said, it all depends on the section of my face. I kind of don't really have directives regarding specifics when it comes to how I do what I do. I just kind of do whatever feels or natural, or you know what I mean. But I guess then I just like to kind of go over all the areas that I feel like are going to crease or have creased a little bit while I was applying my product. And then after I do that, I just like to set my entire face with some translucent powder. This is the same powder by Black Opal. I was a little shook it because I didn't mean to put that much powder on my forehead. I never do. So as you can see, I kind of swept a little bit off. But yeah, I like to set the high points of my face mainly with this before bronzing with like contour powder, but it's like more of a brown contour powder, so I consider this bronzing, which is my favorite part of makeup, because I feel like this is what just warms up my skin and kind of defines my face and chisels me up just a little bit, which I love in like a natural way. But I just like to go ahead and contour my nose a little bit, do like a little under lip action, which I personally don't need. No, I have not got any injectables in my lips. These are my organic lips. No one has ever asked me that, but I feel like never mind. These are my natural lips, by the way. So anyway, I like to love. This is something that has been monumental when it comes to my makeup routine. I love to take the wing brush and just like use my contour, bronzer, whatever powder with this, sweep that with stipple, but like it's like a stipple sweep, I like to call it. And then under there I do like to kind of like sweep it, but it's still like a stipple sweep, because I'm stippling and sweeping. Like, I guess you can kind of see the motion and realize what I'm talking about, just to kind of create that organic gradient warmth that I love oh so much. Then I go back and set those areas of my face with a little bit more translucent powder just to kind of lock in my crease. I crease. And when I don't crease, yeah, this kind of just stops the creasing. I mean, we're all human, we're gonna crease, but yeah, this just kind of slows down the process. Then I take blush. I like to dip it in once, dust all the excess blush off, and then I just like to take it on the sides of my face just to kind of create some warmth and organic color into my face. I ran from blush for the longest time because I didn't know what to do with it. But yeah, this is how I make it work for me. Then I go ahead and take the same contour color, or the bronzer color. It gives me very contour. It's called bronzer, but it gives me very, very, very harsh contour. Very lightly sweep that under my cheekbone or whatever. Then on a daily basis, because I don't like that whole flat one color eye look, I just take a little bit of bronzer with the same brush that I use to contour my nose on my eyelids, just for like a little faux eyeshadow moment, but it just gives me a little bit of dimension because, like I said, I have hooded eyelids and to me it's just not flattering, so I just like to add a little bit of warmth to my eyelids. So anyway, some mascara and coat the top and the bottom of my eyelids. My eyelashes, sometimes I'll do just the top, sometimes, but that looks crazy, so in essence most days if I'm not rushing, I'll do the top and the bottom. And then I'll take, without dipping my little spoolie back into my mascara, I will go back and just gently, ever so gently, coat my eyebrows with the mascara. And I feel like this only works if your hair is black. My hair is black, and my hair is jet black, and I like to make my brows kind of match my hair without making it look like I just have a black brow on my face, if that makes sense. So it just looks very hair-like, very natural. And I go ahead and dip the hell out of my face powder brush into my Sephora Microsmooth powder. I love this stuff. Probably never gonna use anything else unless, you know, I find like, you know, whatever. All my products are very holy grail, like for the most part. I stick to what I know and I love what I love. And I feel like you can make any of your products work with this routine. It doesn't have to be the latest and the greatest anything. So anyway, Microsmooth, just love her. Just kind of take that, stipple that all over my face, and then I just kind of like eyeball whatever I need to do. So today I felt like I needed to go back and sweep like a little spoolie through my brows, and then I just went ahead and sprayed my face, and I'm pretty much done. But after I spray my face, this is very imperative. Make sure that you like fan your face dry. I don't know why I left all that in. Fan my face dry with your do-rag packaging, and just fan your face dry. That's how I do my gentle glam on a daily basis. That's pretty much it. As you can see, I was on my way out. You may not need to do this much. You may do less, you may do more, but either way, let's not shame each other for wearing more less makeup as men. I feel like let's just do us. You know what I mean? But anyway, gotta go. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah, peace.